I rank where the view is nothing less than phenomenal. For how I express and project from my abdominal. The only view better, both my daddy and my mama know. No living parents, my sons give me balance. My wife is my serenity, this mic is my identity. The world is foul enough, that's why I write without obscenities. Provoking danger with broken language and spoken anguish. Begging to get hurt, why would you ask to go through changes? Yes, Lord, life's a chessboard, master the angles. Control the tempo, be the one who holds the info. Acknowledge is just as deadly as machete swings. When spoken, the truth is as potent as that Medellin. While others swear the style is free, I just let it ring. Our time is undervalued, soldiers make us better kings. My fans on my shoulder, reaching after better things. Today I take the shot, for them I'd rather set the screen.
My mama told me follow my dreams. My daddy told me get it by any means. Stand tall, make him bow to a king. But I've evolved, you can see the resolve. Look in my eyes when you speaking to God.
Life and for those who we caught up in using what I was scarred with the muse. I guess they call it proving I'm more than an artist. Penciling out my darkest while stenciling out a harvest. And storing what gets me from A to B, just like garages. Instrumental with collages. Envision what I've been drawing. Broadway to give you rhythm like the great Lena Horne. So bent on, found comfort in the storm. Find peace and on when you see them others perform. Organized chaos, outcasted like hey ya.
Yo, what's good, party people? What's good? What's good? What's good? What's good? Good morning. Welcome to the Knicks. Oh, I'm sorry. Welcome to the Knicks Morning Drive. I'm your man. I'm your host, Uncle Freezy. What's good? Welcome to the Knicks Morning Drive. I'm your man, it's Uncle Freezy. It's good to be with y'all. It's good to be with y'all. Man, wasn't the Garden rocking the other night? Man, the Garden was rocking the other night. I mean, what's good? Yo, it was crazy. But you thought it was rocking Sunday. You wait until Wednesday. You wait until Wednesday. I'm telling you, it's going to be bananas. And here's why. It may be, and potentially now, this may be the last game in the Garden this season. You heard me. This may be the last game in the Garden this season. We don't want it to be, right? Of course, we want to play way into June, right? We want to play way into June, but the thing is in all actuality, it may be the last time that we see this Knicks team, right? I'm confident. I'm super confident it's not. But when you look in terms of realities, we can't leave anything to chance. And think about this if you're a Knicks player, right? You got your hoodie on. You got your music playing. Like with me, if I was on the Knicks roster, if Uncle Freezy was on the Knicks roster, you read the bio, it'll be yeah, I don't know what they'll say for my height. They'll be lie about heights and stuff or whatever. So they'll be like 6'7", 300-pound power forward / center out of Swag University, Uncle Freezy. Right? Right? What number would I wear if I was a Knicks player? Somebody help me out real quick. Just real quick. Y'all help me with this exercise real quick, man. I know y'all hollering at y'all people, but somebody help me real quick. What number would Uncle Freezy wear if he was a Knicks player? Hurry up, y'all. Come on. Well, what number would they give me? What number would I wear if I was a Knicks player? Oh, I don't know. 12 is retired. 33 is retired, man. 38, 44, 55, Kiki Vandeweghe number 7. I don't know. 25. I don't know. Yeah, I'm gonna just say 0. Right? I'm gonna just say 0. Right? I'm gonna just say 0 because Uncle Freezy ain't nobody. I'm just a regular guy, bro. And gals, I'm just a regular Joe. Y'all gonna give me 17? Oh man. I'm gonna say Andrew College, stop playing. You play too much. You stretching this. Hey, Kane Jerry talking about 109. I'm that big, bro. Really? They're gonna give me triple digits. I love Wise saying 666. Okay. Y'all funny. I would look slender in a Knicks jersey. I wouldn't look like a slob. Hey, feels like 007. Yo, that 007 would be fire though. 007. Kane Jerry talking about 444. Moses Malone. So anyway, I'd be, you know what I'm saying? Just imagine Uncle Freezy, you know what I'm saying, on the Knicks roster. You know what I'm saying? Game 2 of the playoffs. And yo, Yassine Beyond was good. And got my headphones on and got me some motivational music in my ear. Probably some Nas. Y'all know me. Probably some Nas. I got some Nas in my headphones just playing. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I just got some Nas playing, right? And I got it up as far as I can go. Right? I got it up as far as I can crank it. And I can't hear it. Right? I got the music up. Think about this. Just be with me. Just imagine you standing beside Uncle Freezy, preparing himself for game 2. You know what I'm saying? I already got my ankles taped up. I'm pulling my socks up. You know what I'm saying? I'm putting my sneakers on. Yo, what kind of sneakers would I wear? What kind of basketball shoes would I wear? Uncle Freezy would wear. Somebody help me out with that. Just real quick. Just because I want to get to a point. I got a point that I want to get to, and y'all gonna understand y'all gonna feel me on it when I get to it. But what kind of shoes would I wear? You know what I'm saying? Pumas? Some Clydes? I don't know if I can rip. I don't know if I can rock the retros, but Pumas? Hey man, Nike Monarchs. Ed Jr. You must. He said Nike Monarchs. Oh my God. Y'all play too much, man. Y'all play too much. So I'm putting I'll probably wear my favorite shoe to rock right now is the Jordan 11. So I'm just gonna say Jordan 11 so I can speed this up. Right. So I'll probably rock some garden blue Jordan 11s, right? I'm lacing up my garden blue Jordan 11s with the orange Jumpman on it, right? And I'm cranking my music up. I keep cranking it up, but I can't hear because all I hear is a rumble, right? I just hear this rumble, right? This rumble, I'm like, man, this rumble is so loud, I could barely hear my music in my headphones, right? The rumble is so loud that I can barely hear the music in my headphones. Think about how close your headphones are to your ear, right? And think about the fact that you can't hear what's coming in your headphones because there's a rumble, right? And you look at your water, you look at your bottle of water, right, that you like to take a sip of before the game. And you can see the small waves in the water, right? You're looking at the waves in the water, and your bottle of water, you're like, yo, this is crazy. Nas is the greatest to ever do it. You look at the bottled water, you know what I'm saying? And you like, yo, this is my dream right here. Playing for the Knicks. I'm in the Mecca. As a little boy growing up in Jersey City, I used to shoot on broken rims at night, dreaming that I was Clyde Frazier, right? And as a little boy, all I was dreaming, growing up, all I wanted to do was be Clyde Frazier. As a young man, I used to daydream and about Clyde Frazier saying one of the Clydeisms about Uncle Freezy. You know what I'm saying? Clyde calling me the neophyte delight. You know what I'm saying? You just there bumping at Nas. Like, I just hope I had that moment where Clyde Frazier will say something about me, one of the Clydeisms. You know what I'm saying? Do I get a garden moment? Do I get the opportunity? Can I dunk on 3 Atlanta Hawks tonight at one time? I'm just, all these weird thoughts going through my head. All these weird things is going through my head, right? And I look at the bottled water and it's shaking, right? And I look up at the big time clock and it goes from 5 minutes to 1 minute left. And now I can't even hear Nas no more, right? Now I'm just using the headphones to block out noise because Nas is screaming to the top of his lungs, right? But I can't hear him. Now I'm just using headphones to cancel noise, right? All the outside, I don't want to hear no outside noise. And that bottle that was once just, you saw the waves in it, it's trembling and sliding to the edge of the table like it's going to fall off, right? Something is making so much noise and there's so much trembling that my bottled water is sliding towards the edge of the table. Like you got to catch your phone. And you're like, oh my goodness, this is it. This is it. Right? So the trainers come in and be like, it's game time, fellas. Right? And then you just standing there like everybody getting up out of their chair and making their way to the tunnel. And in the tunnel, our team captain is Julius Randle's like, everybody come in, but you can't hear them because all you hear is a rumble. All you hear is a rumbling like, yo. And he look at yo, he like, yo, this is our moment. This is why we sign them contracts. This is why we bust our behinds in the offseason. For this moment right here. For this moment right here. Can y'all feel that? I'm looking at Knicks man. Can you feel that? Can you feel that vibration under your feet? You can barely stand up. Evergreen G, can you feel that? You can barely stand up. We got to put our hands on the wall. We come together and put our hands around each other. Right? because the vibration and the noise is starting to rattle your legs and get up in your chest. Right? Right? You can feel the vibration, right? And Julius Randle say something to the top of his lungs, you can't even hear him. But all you know is everybody slam their hand, you slam it with them. And RJ Barrett take the ball and go sprinting out on the floor. And you sprint out after him into the loudest thing you ever been a part of. Right? And you get out there and you see a sea of orange and blue, 15,000 screaming maniacs, screaming to the top of their lungs. And they've been screaming like that for 45 minutes straight, nonstop, before the game even started. And you know it's going to be like that for the next 3 hours, the next 2.5 hours, right? You get out there and it's overwhelming 15,000 people screaming to the top of their lungs because it's game 2 against the Atlanta Hawks in the first round of the playoffs. And they don't know if they'll ever see the 2020-2021 New York Knicks after this game. Right? So they are laying it all on the line for 15 men wearing the uniform representing a city. Right? 15,000 people. It's probably 18,000 people all in general when you count the TV crews, the staff, the fans, everybody, right? 18,000 people in there in that moment where 15,000 fans have been screaming at the top of their lungs for 45 minutes, waiting on you to finish up listening to Nas and putting on your Jordan 11s so you can go out there and lay your body on the line for their city. So now, I don't know about you, but just me thinking about that get me so fired up. I could run through a wall right now for the Knicks, and I'm an old fat dude that don't even play. I don't even play basketball for the Knicks. And I'm fired up as a fan, as a dude that just does a YouTube channel. I'm fired up and excited for my guys. What about you, Garden Knicks podcast? You fired up? What about you? What about you, Sean Hawkins? I gotta pee. Somebody hurry up and do this 2 hours. What about you, CP the artist? What about you, Keyshawn? You talking about, man, I would run through a wall for y'all. Can y'all feel that, man? Can y'all feel that emotion, that energy? Can y'all feel that energy, man? 15,000 people, they waited outside for 2 hours just to get inside the Garden 45 minutes early to start cheering for y'all, and y'all underneath the Garden, y'all waiting to come out. They was 2 hours early just to get into the Garden 45 minutes early and start cheering. And they're going to be cheering like that for 2.5 hours. Are you kidding me right now? Can y'all feel that, man? You don't get that in Brooklyn. You don't get that in Atlanta, Georgia. You don't get that in Los Angeles, California. You don't get that in Boston, Massachusetts. You don't get that in Charlotte, North Carolina. You don't get that in Memphis, Tennessee. You don't get that in Minneapolis, Minnesota. You don't get that in Indianapolis, Minnesota. You get that in one place. You get that feeling in one place. You get that thing in Manhattan, New York. And on top of that, 15,000 that's willing to lay their life. They will They would lay their fandom, their life on the line for a Knicks W, right? But that ain't even the crazy part. There are 100,000 people that would switch places with any one of those 15,000 fans. That's in there screaming their heart out. They gonna tell their kids that they were there for game 2 against the Atlanta Hawks in some random year, in some random playoff, against some random team, right? Because it was important to us ain't important to everybody else. Those 15,000 fans that got to the Garden 2 hours early and couldn't get in. They had to wait 45 minutes. Had to go through all these checks and things. I mean, I just got to make sure you do such and such, what's in your bag, all of that stuff, just to get in to the Garden and cheer and scream their heads off for a dude named R.J. Barrett, for a dude named Reggie Bullock, for a dude named Alec Burks, for a dude named Taj Gibson. In 20 years, our kids, we ain't gonna be able to remember everybody on this roster, but you know what we all gonna remember? You know what we all gonna remember? This feeling. What it was like. Game 2, Wednesday night against the Atlanta Hawks at 7 p.m. We're gonna remember this forever. Right? Because those 15,000 fans, they're going to remember this forever. They're going to cheer until the cheering's done. And all those guys on this Knicks roster, some of which we won't remember in 10 or 12 years. Some of these guys, we ain't going to remember some of these guys. We might not remember who played center. When I talk to CP the artist 20 years from now, you'll be like, who played center for us? I don't remember. I don't remember who it was. What was it? We're gonna be guessing. Was it Dwight Howard? So we're gonna be guessing. But we all gonna remember that feeling of what it's like to root for your Knicks in game 2 of these playoffs. And don't let something magical happen. Right? Don't let something magical happen. But listen, I couldn't help that, man. I had to share this moment with y'all because last night after the Knicks at Night podcast, a lot of stuff, man. We talked a lot of whatever. But then when I got to when I got in alone time, you know how you have the accidental alone time, like say. For those of y'all that smoke, you go outside and smoke your cigarette, you out there by yourself, and these thoughts go across your mind. Or you on the ride home by yourself, you in the car, and you're like, man, can you feel that, man? I'm getting goosebumps, man. This is like game 2 against Atlanta. Our season is on. We don't know if we're going to get a chance to see. We don't know if we're going to get a chance to see this team again on this magic carpet ride. This may be the last time we get to see. This will be the last time we get to see this team is currently constructed. What a feeling. What a feeling. All right. So let me say this. If you like what you hear, subscribe to the channel. This is the Knicks Morning Drive. I'm your host, Uncle Freezy. Smash that like button. If you see a like button, beat it up. Subscribe to the channel. Turn on all your notifications. Share on your social medias. Man. We want to continue to grow the channel so that we can have robust conversations just like this one. I see our comments in the chat. I just threw the link in the chat. Are y'all ready for the Knicks Morning Drive morning roll call? Are you ready? Are you ready? If you ready to get your name shouted out, Throw some fire in the chat. If you see a like button, beat it up. We want to be the like button bullies. We want to be the like button bullies. If you see a like button, beat it up. Right? Throw some fire in the chat, some thumbs up in the chat. Show some love for Uncle Freezy. The Knicks want to drive. And for yourselves. Right? Right? We want to make sure that there is some love in the chat. So when I do this roll call, the energy will be up. Get that energy up, ladies and gentlemen. Get that energy up. Y'all ready? Y'all ready for the Knicks morning drive? Morning roll call. Let's go. I need to see that energy be up. There we go. There we go. There we go. Hey, P. Rose, I see you. Let me do this roll call first. Let me shout out my man. The new Knicks was good. South Brooklyn. I see you. Alive Wise was good. Kane Jerry in the building. CP the artist. What's good? Julian Blum. Garden Knicks podcast is in the building. Quiet Money. What's good? Rick V talking about Uncle Freezy rocking the Starberries. Hey, Yassine Bayan, what's good? White Falcon 44, I see you. I see you. Chop Low. Low is in the building. I see you. Knicks man, what's good? Robert Paul. Salute. What's good? I see you. Good mornings. Evergreen G is in the building. G is chilling. What's good? Rick V, what's good, baby boy? I see you. Velix Prime Sports, what's good? It's good to see you. Sean Hawkins is in the building once again. What's good? I see you. Who else we got in the building today? Keyshawn, I see you out there. Mr. DJ is in the building. What's good? Black University. Stop by. What's good? I see you, Black University. What's good? All right. I see y'all. I love to shout out myself. Shout out to the one and only Uncle Freezy. Professional Outfit was good. Ryan Green is in the building. I see y'all. What's good? Jay Boogie is in the building. What's good? Allah Wise is in the building. Justin King. Yeah. What's good?
As a group, the last few years.
Good.
What's up?
Hey, is that you got the thing playing in the background? You got us playing?
No, my YouTube's off.
Okay. How you feeling this morning, man?
Blessed and highly favored. Excited, man. These first round of playoffs, man, it's been exciting. I was with family and friends, watching in game one of Knicks and Hawks, on Sunday. Really, I wasn't really focused on like the analytical side of it. I was just, happy to be watching basketball.
I just buffered a little bit. I was about to get on the phone with Spectrum. You're not gonna charge me $1,000 for bad service, Spectrum. So, but now, hey, Adele Chapman, what's good? Wacko Knicks Fanatic, what's good? Yo, so listen, tomorrow, Wednesday, 7:00, I think the Knicks fans are gonna blow the roof off the Garden. off the guard. And the reason being is what I alluded to earlier by saying this may be the last time we see this iteration of the New York Knicks. Right? Right?
Yeah.
And we love this team so much. We love it in a we love this team in a clumsy romantic type way. Right? It's like it's a clumsy romance. Right?
Yeah,
Because we didn't know we was gonna love this team in the beginning. We didn't know if this team deserved to be loved, period. You know what I'm saying? We didn't know if this was a team that we should emotionally buy into, because it seemed as if coming off 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 bad seasons in a row, that this team would just be another team in that, in that string of bad teams. But we grew to love this team, right? We
yes,
grew,
sir.
we did, small things to grow to love this team. Like, we knocked off the Milwaukee Bucks early in the season. Who saw that coming?
Nobody.
Right. RJ Barrett messed around and shot 0 for 21 from 3, and then had 2 decent games, and then shot 0 for 20 from 3. And then in January, something clicked. RJ Barrett turned into a shooter. Good mornings.
Good morning.
I was just saying this. We grew to love this team that made it to the playoffs, not because we knew they were a playoff team at the beginning of the season, but during the year, there were moments that made us like this team more and more until it turned into love. We made a trade that actually worked.
Love.
Can you, P. Rose?
So many people use your name in vain. Love.
It's like,
Come on.
I know
come
that's-
on.
Is that music?
it's like-
Soul Child?
Yeah.
those who have faith in you sometimes go astray.
Come on, man. All right, P. Rose. You got
P.
the
Rose.
you got some vocal cords, man. We need
Hey,
you here more often, bro. I know I'll be struggling.
I'm a music major, so I had to take choir class my freshman year. So
What?
Actually,
You took chorus?
you sound like somebody too,
Yeah.
man.
yeah, I had to for my music major. I had to take 3 semesters of chorus.
Sounds good, my brother. Sounds good. Freezy. So what are you yapping about now? I had to
Hey.
take a business call.
Hey, yeah, hey, good. Hey, business is booming, hopefully. Business is booming.
Oh,
Hopefully.
God.
Business is booming.
It's
I'm
a
gonna just
steady
keep saying
grind.
it. I'm gonna say it, and hopefully that the actions will knock down my words. That's what we want. So anyway, so what I'm saying is we as
All right, you're gone. I
Dang.
don't know what he pressed.
I guess it must be the button. I mean,
now my executive producer walked through. Turn that camera off. Okay, all right. Bought me some agua. Yeah, but
Agua.
yeah. So we slowly started loving this team. And it's not because they were great or deserved love from the beginning. It's because they won our hearts. And I know dudes will be like, they ain't want my heart. They're not me. They ain't want my heart. I don't talk like that. Bro, this team right here is a team to remember. Right? This is not last year's team where you can't remember who started at small forward after the All-Star break. Anybody remember who started at small forward for the Knicks last year after the All-Star break? I do.
Yeah, Mook.
I don't.
No.
Mook.
No, he got traded.
I said Mook.
No, he got traded.
You said the All-Star.
He got
It
traded.
was before the All. You
Yes,
know, okay. So the trading deadline was before
right. He got traded for a dude
the
named
All
Mo.
Star game last year. Okay.
You remember Mo Hawkless?
Yeah, I
You
remember
don't even remember
Mohawkless.
Mo Hawkless starting in front
I
of
do,
Kevin
but
Knox.
I don't remember who started. I don't remember who started.
Yeah, it was Mo Hawkless. He started in front of Kevin Knox for us last year, right? That's what I'm
Mo.
saying. That team, last year's team, was not memorable, right? Who's the backup center for us last year? Anybody remember?
Backup center last year. Taj? It wasn't Taj.
Was it Taj? It may have been.
I don't know. Because I know Mitchell Robinson was starting at center, right?
Mm-hmm.
No, he didn't. Mitchell Robinson was the backup center last year.
Oh, he was the backup center.
Mitchell Robinson was the backup center last year. Taj
And who
Gibson
was the-
started.
Oh, he started. Oh my
Taj
gosh!
Gibson started.
Dang.
Right. That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm
Jay
telling you.
Boogie. Jay Boogie said he would love to see a versus battle between Anthony Hamilton and Music Soul Child.
Wow.
Yo, I couldn't even pick them two, bro. I was thinking Music Soul Child versus somebody more rhythmic, because Music Soul Child got some rhythmic bangers. You know what I'm saying? Anthony Hamilton does, but I think Anthony Hamilton will serenade you to death.
Right.
I could be wrong.
What about Music Soul Child versus John B?
Who?
Music Soul Child versus John B.
John B doesn't have that many hits, man, in his catalog. You need 20. 20.
You need 20, I know.
Yeah, you're gonna need 20, man. But I don't think a lot of people want to go see Music Soul Child in a battle. That's just me. You know what I'm saying? I think Maxwell would be a nice one. You know what I mean? Versus
Maxwell from the city, and Maxwell is from the city too.
You know he shouted me out. You know he shouted me out, bro. I felt like a girl, man.
What?
He shouted me out, bro. He was in Atlanta. Hit him up. He was like, "Yo, so I couldn't see you. Keep up the good artwork." I was like,
Did you get that? Did you get that image tattooed on your chest? Like, yo, Maxwell shouted me out. But one day they'll be talking. One day people will be like, "Yo, CP the artist looked at me this one time, and it was like the moment of my life." You know how it is. You know how it is. Because I have and I'm gonna talk Knicks, bro. But I have a Janet Jackson story.
We heard this Janet Jackson story.
But you love to hear the story again and again of how it all got started way back when, right? Yeah. So, but yeah, man, the energy in the Garden Wednesday night is gonna be something that we've never seen before, because we took a team, we hitched our wagons to a team that was the little engine that could, and it wound up being a monster. Right? No team that starts Reggie Bullock and Nerlens Noel and Elfrid Payton should be expected to win 58% of their games. Think about what I'm saying, bro. Nerlens Noel, Reggie Bullock, and Elfrid Payton won 58% of their games.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if that's impressive to y'all, but just the mere mention of that makes me think this season is magical.
It sure is, because they exceeded expectations. No one, I mean, I can't say no one. I mean, there was a very small. I think Jesus had more believers. I think Jesus had less believers. No, more believers in the beginning than
this Knicks team.
Than the Knicks team did. You know what I mean? And I don't know, like, how you cannot look at this team and be like, yo, they were a Cinderella team that made it. You know what I mean? I made it this far. You know, because yeah, we were looking at the. I remember it was like the fourth game of the season. People are already talking about the draft. Oh, this. Oh, we can get such and such. Oh, look at K. Da, da, da. I ain't gonna lie. Fourth game of the season. People are already looking at the draft. I remember it. I remember it like yesterday. People were talking about draft.
Oh yeah, y'all was talking. Yeah, Cade Cunningham was in the New York Knicks. It was in the, y'all talking about Cade Cunningham, Jalen Suggs. Y'all was talking about that. There's a dude from Africa. There's this small forward from Africa that y'all was talking about that I don't think would really fit Tim's team.
Kaminga.
Yeah. Y'all was talking about Kaminga. Who else I was talking about? Dude out of the weird thing is the dude out of a couple of the guards out of Baylor. Not even, and that's not. I'm not even talking about Davion Mitchell because he wasn't even even in the draft projections until we got to the tournament, and that's where he went from like second round to like lottery pick like projections. Yeah. So
but they were talking about this is the deepest draft. This is going to be the deepest draft in years.
It's deep. It's deep, and then. Like, because it was hypothetical, but what changed for me is that it was, and this is I forgot y'all lost this game. It was early in this. It was the first time y'all played the Nets. It's the first time the Knicks played the Nets.
You keep saying y'all. Are you a Memphis fan?
No, I'm not a Memphis fan. Even though I live in, I don't have a team though. I just like basketball.
Okay.
I'm just a basketball fan. I root for players like one of my favorite players. I root for D Rose. I root for Julius Randle. A couple players around the league that I just root for because they're my favorite players. Remind me of myself and personal. But
we can adopt you as a Knicks fan, man.
Yeah,
we could draft you in, man. We could give you your citizenship papers. Your little, maybe a temporary visa. Visa, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. All right, yeah. But it's like the Knicks played the Nets, and I think they lost that game. I think it was like by 6 points. I think.
I
forgot. Yeah, because but it was the energy in that building. I was like, Brooklyn was like, they respect y'all. Like the Nets players, like they respect y'all, and they're like national news, like we compete, like it's like competed with this team. We could do this. We got this. Oh, we competed with these goons. The Goon Squad, the Monstars, the KD, Harden, like we competed with these teams and we had them on the brink. And if we just fix the execution side of things, if we just fix a little bit of things, learn how to calm down in the execution, give the damn ball to Derrick Rose in the clutch. Please give the ball to Derrick Rose in the clutch because this man he just has the mindset of I'm gonna do it, I'm gonna get the job done. Julius Randle, you gonna get there one day, man. He gonna get there one day, man. I like watching. I like the improvement. You are a bona fide MVP candidate. You carried this team, but there's still some things you got to learn. But for right now, y'all in a good place, and that's what I realized. Oh, this team gonna be dangerous. Right. And then the next, and then they had like the 10-game win streak, and they had the whole month of April where they won 85% of their games in April, and I was like, balling. Yeah, they're gonna be a buzzsaw come playoff time. And I look at last night, I was like, don't let last night get you off track. Don't let Sunday night get you off track of what y'all accomplished and what is the goal for this season. Like, don't get y'all because if we being honest, they played great. I don't care what the score says. I don't care. Trae Young had 32 and 10 double. He's Trae Young. He's gonna do that. Right. They played immaculate defense. Right. Hawks didn't start shooting free throws to fourth quarter. They can defend like the Knicks. They're one of the few teams that can defend without fouling. They're one of the few teams that can defend an elite level 1 through 5 without fouling. And I'm like, don't let that one bad quarter. Learn from it. Move on. You know what you got to do. Y'all lost by 2 and Julius Randle had an off night.
Right.
Imagine if that 6 for 23 is about a 12 for 23. Oh yeah, that's a wrap for them. The Hawks don't stand a chance because y'all can lock them down. Y'all can physically abuse Trae Young. Now, Frank Ntilikina got to learn that Taj Gibson has his backside help, so he don't need to be trying to get out of position. Just stay where you at, and Taj is gonna help you. But I'm like, y'all got it's like y'all. They are like I call them the squad. That's what I call them. They the squad.
Right.
Y'all, they the squad. The squad, y'all got this. And I'm just like, I'm talking to them. I was like, y'all got this, man. Just handle your business and do what you've been doing all year because it's working. And then in crunch time, just give the ball to your best clutch player, who in my opinion is Derrick Rose.
See, last night, Russell did a monstrous video breakdown on what the Atlanta Hawks defense was doing. And shout out to Sim Russell, because I would watch that and I was like, yo, educate these Knicks fans on something.
Stop screaming one thing. Not you, CP. What I'm saying is Knicks fans scream one thing and you got to teach them. And then they be like, once they watch, because they're going to watch some thing and be like, oh, that ain't nothing. And then the next day they're going to claim it as theirs.
Right. Well, I'm just saying, like, yeah. And so I'm crediting the source. And the thing was like, they did a defense that, the Knicks didn't recognize. Now, Thibs, with his coaching acclimate, he's going to adjust to that. He's going to say, hey, Julius, this is what they were doing. This is what you need to recognize. Da-da-da-da-da. We're going to have to do this. Da-da-da-da-da. Right. And I believe, like, it's going to be a series. We're going to get back on Wednesday night, and we're gonna because that defense that the schemes that they had that was prepared for us was very, very good, and we only lost by 2 points. So just think, you're gonna give Thibs 3 days to break this. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
To adjust. Well, I think we'll be fine.
I believe you. I'm with you. And I'm with you. And so CP the artist can attest, we spoke to this same point before the series started. We knew that Atlanta was not going to allow Julius Randle to score 38 points a game against them.
Right.
We knew that. And so I didn't know what they were going to do, but I made suggestions like play Julius Randle bigger and do the zombie double team. Don't double team him immediately and look to trap him, but drag the defender across the lane and force Julius Randle to recognize double teams and make hard cross-court passes to guys they can't shoot.
Right.
That's what I thought the Atlanta Hawks were going to do. They did some of that, but not enough for me to start pounding my chest on it. But the thing about it is they did force some of the ball out of Julius Randle's hand, but what they did, which was a surprise to me, was they made Julius Randle catch balls and catch passes out of position where he's not used to shooting. And then he had to work towards getting to that position. And by that time, they started sending double teams and getting in passing lanes and forcing him to do stuff that was unfamiliar.
Yeah. And even on the offense, like the simplest thing about a similar saying, showing how Derrick Rose, like taking one step behind the screener, how that would have changed everything.
Yep.
And I look, everybody knows I'm Franker. That's what Frank does. Frank is like he breaks up screens before they even start. Like he sees it happen. But the thing is, Derrick Rose is, smaller guard. I don't know if his long arms, like I don't think his arms like kind of bother people like Frank does, and so forth and so on. But it's something that Thibs gotta tell his guards, like, hey, bad boy, what a go on.
Good morning, gentlemen. What's going on? What's going on?
Good morning.
What's going on with you? CP. Sir.
Hey, P-Rose. We speak of Patron.
Look, I do not want you to classify yourself as a Frankfurter. Okay? We don't have enough buns for you Frankfurters out here. I'm on a mission to cleanse the world of the Frankfurters. As you can see,
Frank is buns now. Frank is buns.
Yeah, Frank is buns, but as you can see, I had to do my little guy bad the other day because
listen.
he came on with the nonsense.
AD, even though I'm a Franker, I'm not a delusional Franker. There's a big difference. You know what I'm saying? There's a big difference. And we know Cornerstone Kev is the most delusional Knick fan, period. But I mean, it doesn't even have to deal with just Frank. He's a delusional fan, period. There's no rhyme and reason. Everything is black or white. You know what I mean? He's on every single show and he learns nothing.
Dang. You don't give old man no credit.
None at all. None at all. You know what I mean?
Wow.
We love his enthusiasm or enthusiasm. But the thing is, it's like, yo, I'm at least a reasonable Frank fan. You know what I mean? I gotta want the kid to do good because he's on my team. You know?
Right.
Facts.
You know what I mean? But nah, I wasn't throwing him in the starting lineup, man. I'm telling you that much. I wasn't doing that.
Nah. And then he argued about it too. He was like, "Why you always hating on Frank, bro? You just said put Frank in the starting lineup."
Nah.
Yo, when AD said, I quote, "He's not that nice."
Yes.
Y'all talking about Frank Ntilikina, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Right. Did you? I was watching. I was looking on Twitter. There was actually on that last play. Twitter was giving him hell.
Yeah.
Twitter was like, because if you look at the slow mo, if you look at the replay, I'm like, wait, how did he get beat on a simple drive? And then you look at slow motion, Trey hit him with a doo-doo. And this man's feet started wobbling like a penguin. I was like, oh shit.
Yeah.
I was like, oh my gosh.
But hold up. When the dude only played 36 seconds in the game, bro.
Yes.
Yo, I mean, come on, man. Like it's like trying to go on. Like even if you're dancing, right? Let's say you're a dancer, right? And a girl asks you to dance. She's been dancing the whole night. Your feet are gonna be wobbly because she's gonna be doing the leading. You know what I'm saying? I'm not
mad at Frank for getting. I'm not mad at Frank for getting put in the blender. It's just how it looked It's just how it looked in slow motion. It had me laughing, bro. That's how. If you look back, this man's feet is just wobbling, and his face is like Frozone. Like after he says, "Where's my super suit?" Literally just in a death stare. I'm like, he is like at this moment, Frank knew. He fucked up. Like that's what his face looked like. He's like, oh crap. It's like he's like, wait, I bet you was like, he's like, Tias, why did you set me up like this, man?
Yes, it's moments like that when I hear people say this person knows more basketball than all of us combined or whatever. And that may be true, but me as a basketball fan for however long, there's no way in hell I'm going to put someone who only played like 30 to a minute and a half in such a crucial decision and not give him help. He is their best ball player. Somebody else is going to have to beat me in 9.8 seconds, and it's not going to be him.
Right.
Okay? Yeah. That's all the knowledge that Tibbs has and all of that I know wasn't going to happen.
And how about this? One thing that we blame Frank for the 2 points that he gave up. Who gave up the other 30? He was cooking Derrick Rose, man. Let's keep it real. That whole game, you know, Trae Young was cooking everybody in front of him. So
but you can't
look, Derrick Rose is not a good defender. We missed that. Go ahead.
No, but I was saying with D Rose at this time in his game, at this point in his career, you can't expect for D Rose to chase around that guy all the time he's in the game. You have to adjust. As a coach, you have to give him some help. You got to throw different looks at it.
But AD, I agree with you, and I don't think you're wrong. But here's the thing. Picking your poison. Do you take out Derrick Rose or quickly or Alec Burke to put in Frank, who you're not sure is scoring or his dribble abilities, just so you could stop the onslaught of Trey Young and the other guys, or do you keep them in because we know quickly is not a good defender and Derrick Rose is not a good defender? Let's keep it 100. You pick your poison. This is not like, look, and this is why I was screaming at the top of my lungs. We need to do something with the players that we're not even using. We and pick up a veteran point guard, somebody to back up we call it Alfred Payton, or even start over Alfred Payton. That's the thing about Alfred Payton too. As much as his offense is struggling, he is a feisty defender. And that's why I believe Thibs puts his trust in him over and he feels like, well, I'll keep him in for his defense, even though he still was getting cooked too.
Right.
I'll put him in for his defense, and then when I need some offense, I got Derrick Rose. So it's like a pick your poison thing. This team is flawed.
It's flawed, but here's the thing. Your best defender, game in, game out, is not going to stop a great offensive ball player. And I made this point the other night. Iguodala won MVP in a series where LeBron averaged 35, 10, and 12. Okay?
Right.
And he got MVP because a moment here or a moment there, he gave LeBron a hard time. But for the basketball novice, if I explain the rules and regulations and the point valuations, and I said, well, this is what LeBron did, somebody would be like, well, how the hell did he get MVP? It's what you value. You see what I'm saying?
Wait. What was his numbers again?
LeBron, I think, was like 35.
That was 2018. That was 2018. They averaged 35, 10, and 12. In 2015,
Okay.
in the first final, it was 32, 8, and 7. That was the first finals he in against Golden State. It was 32, 8, and 7.
Okay. What if without Iguodala he averaged? And remember what an average is, right? An average is a sum of totals. So you have, let's say they played 7 games, whatever. You know, he probably scored 40 in one game, 27 in some other games, whatever. So you get that average of 35. So in those games, if he guarded LeBron and got him only 27 points after he dropped 40 a couple of times, that gives you your 35% average. So what I'm saying, so the old cliche, you can't stop him. You could hope to contain him. So in a game like on Sunday, you know, those and I use this example with the whole Devin Booker, right? And how I wanted Frank on the team, you know, playing Devin Booker instead of Bullock, because Bullock was getting cooked. You know, Frank wouldn't have held. I got feedback here. Frank would have not held any player to 0 points. We're just saying make it difficult so he doesn't go off for like 35, 40 points. You know, if he stops a guy for 25, 27, we win the game.
Right.
We win the game.
Right. You're talking about the Bruce Bowen, Kobe Bryant scenario where Kobe has been going off for 38 against everybody. And then he face Bruce Bowen and go off for 26.
Right.
And every shot is contested.
Right.
Yeah, I feel you. I feel you.
Yeah. You can hope. You gotta hope to contain them. You ain't gonna stop them. You're gonna hope to contain them.
You're not containing with one man. You're talking about an overall team defensive strategy. Because perfect case in point. The first time Frank came in the game, immediately they ran a switch. They ran a pick and roll switch where RJ then had to guard Trey. I put you in the game to guard Trey. Within like 5 seconds, you're no longer, your defensive capabilities for that gentleman right there, irrelevant. Totally irrelevant. If I want you to guard a certain guy or whatever, it's easy to manipulate that situation. Case in point, we saw that early the time before when we played Phoenix. Why is it that Julius Randle was always left on guarding on CP3? The coach manipulated that. We're gonna run this high pick and roll, and we're gonna put your 6'9", 260 on my 6'2", 205.
I have a thing about that though. I agree with what you're saying, but a good defensive player, even if he get caught on a switch, he'll recover quick enough and to still be on his man. Frank does that very well, and he does it a lot. Remember when we had Fizdale, and Fizdale would not switch on nobody. Don't switch, right? And we would get beat all the time. That was his philosophy, not to switch. And so it's about your assertiveness and your aggressiveness to get around those picks. Like Kobe had a method of how to make his body so slim, and Frank does this too. Make his body so slim that he can get around picks. He'll get beaten, but it wasn't as egregious as like when somebody sets a pick. It's like a wall. You know what I mean? So it's subjective in a way. And here's the thing: when you mention team defense, right? One thing I hated as a player is when I'm guarding my man and I see somebody else's man enter the paint. I'm like, yo, come on, man. Play some defense. Because now I got two responsibilities now. I got my man and your man. You know what I mean? So I understand the team defensive thing, but you know what? When you have to stress your team defense, you're stressing everybody, and somebody is going to pay with an open three. How we got Alec Burke to have wide open threes is because he was on the weak side, and we were able to get the ball to him on the weak side. The Bogdanovich threes. He was on the weak side. They was able to swing it to him, and then boom. You know what I mean? And that is I get the team defensive thing, but sometimes team defenses, they bend, and a lot of times they break. So you need guys that are going to be able to lock down their man. And like I remember the Jason Collins, when he got by Julius Randle so easily, right? And New Orleans Noel went up for that perfect block, right? That could have went the other way. He could have yammed it on him, and that would have been 2 points right there. You know what I'm saying? But if Randall would have kept him on the corner, used the baseline as another defender, would have been a different story. But he didn't.
And that's still not where we lost the game. All that we're talking about, Frank and this one, I don't blame the gentleman for losing the game, because that's not where we lost the game. We lost the game in the beginning, the coach not adapting, missing key free throws from people that were like almost automatics. And this one thing, and I mentioned it before, Quickly has a certain type of energy that can permeate an empty building, let alone a building with 15,000 people.
Facts.
When you took him out in those 2 minutes and 50 seconds area, whatever, I'm sitting here, I felt it. It felt like you were doing something incorrect in that moment. It's like my energy, I lost it. I was like, nah, I'm not moving this kid right now because he's the kind of player, and I'm John Starkish, where a three can just electrify. He hit a 40-foot three earlier in the game, and I thought the building was going to explode. Even more so than the RJ dunk or the OB dunk. When he hit that three, it felt like, okay, the tidal wave. Here we go. Here we go. It's about to happen. So it's just gauging, you know what I'm saying? The mode of the game is what I'm really saying, where Tibbs lost the game. You know what I mean?
I disagree with that totally, because you take out quickly, Alec Burks is in the game, taking up that momentum. So you don't lose much in scoring, but you are losing on defense. And you say that play, but we had a 5-point lead in the fourth quarter. So you can't say that play and not mention the 5-point lead that we had in the fourth quarter. What happened in the fourth quarter to that 5-point lead?
Yeah, but
let me explain. What happened. We had that bad call on RJ, right? And we had that Bogdanovich three. And then we had
Woody, what's going on?
What up, nephew?
Yo.
And then we had the Trey Young thing. That is 7 points, my brother. 7 points. That's where we lost the game. And we had a turnover by Randall, a missed three by Randall, and a missed shot by Alec Burke, which he was wide, dead open.
From the base, and that would have put us up too. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Come on, brethren. Come on, brethren. Did you didn't have your tea and you had your tea this morning, man?
Atlanta
was on fire in the fourth, though.
No, but Atlanta is the type of team.
That's a critical shot.
With 5, 7, even 10 points is not that safe, because why? They have shooters all over in their line.
Great point. The Hawks have a lot of snipers, and they get attacked the basket like Trae Young, Lou Will. I mean, what kicked their butt was dribble penetration defense. It was terrible in game one. I'm sorry. Like, it was like a field day. Like, Trae Young and Lou Will were going to the basket well. And also what changed the game, when we were up by 7 late, Lou Will had a jumper at the wing, mid-range, and he hit the free at the left when he pulled within
5 points in the last minute.
Exactly, to even get the Hawks a shot. And like what you said, CP Bogdanovich hit 2 clutch threes to 2 big time threes. And don't forget, Hunter hit
I never negated that. But I'm saying though, where was the defense?
Nowhere.
We said we are the 4th ranked defense in points, number 1 in points allowed.
Right.
What happened then? What happened then? I get what you guys are saying. What you're saying is not wrong, but I'm saying we had a 5-point lead and we lost the game in the fourth quarter.
I agree.
What you guys are saying contributed to that. You know what I mean? But when you have a 5-point lead in the fourth quarter,
you gotta close.
You gotta close, and we didn't have a closer. And that's close. You know, and our closer was supposed to be Julius Randle was off. And I do agree. I do agree with the criticism about Thibs. I think the right lineups at the time. I think he should have went offense defense in the final maybe 2 or 3 defense 2 or 3 quarters. You know what I'm saying? Throw your defensive players in, just so they could try to keep the Hawks on their toes and make things harder for them. You know what I mean? Because they were coming in. They're younger than us. That's the other thing too, right? Their youth is powering them. I mean, they match up well with us because of their youth. I mean, Trae Young. You know, I'm sure he has more energy in the fourth quarter than Derrick Rose has, or what's his name. That's why. So I think to your point, about having Emmanuel quickly, he brings that energy.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
And he was big in that second quarter.
Yeah.
He brings something, and you as the coach, and I haven't touched this yet, but I'm gonna touch this. Tibbs is loyal to a fault. Julius, yes, we wouldn't be in this position without Julius Randle, no question. But this is not the beginning of the year anymore. And keep forcing these last second shots to Julius, someone who's not a quick trigger shooter, who has to have his rhythm with 0.9 seconds to go. He's the last guy I'm going to give that shot as far as my offensive guys are concerned, because he has to get rhythm, shoot. You've got quickly what? You've got Burks, who was hot. You've got Rose. I need to get that shot up. I can't get this right there.
And that 0.9 seconds thing where Albert's inbounding the ball, that was stupid. That was very
inbounding the ball.
Why? He was on fire. You could have had like Quigley go through a curl, or even Burks go through a curl, and see what you get out of it. Because look, Randall is a good player, but Randall was struggling his butt off. His jump shot was not falling. So if you're this, I don't know what type of play you were running that last possession.
In my perspective, in my perspective, though, if you need a shot with 0.9 seconds left, you lost the freaking game. Yeah. Let's keep it real. Because the odds of you making that shot, I don't care who you are, it ain't no 9 out of 10. The odds are very, very small.
Right.
I'm just saying. You know, don't put the game in that position.
That is true.
Period.
So let me. I'm gonna just say this to CP the artist, because CP the artist and probably others. Yo, Chuck Allen with the Knicks one and drive swag.
Yo, Chuck, what's going on, man?
Good, fam. So CP the artist will remember this play from high school because he probably learned it in 4th grade, right? So CP the first inbounds play that you learned was picket fence, where you get a good passer, you know what I'm saying, doing the out of bounds, and you get 4 players lined up in a line shoulder to shoulder, right? Mm-hmm. And the inbounder slaps the ball, which is the cue for the guy in front to run around the backside, which is in theory a curl. The guy on the end comes around, curls around 2. The 2 guys in the middle, one sprints to the rim and the other sprints to the 3-point line. And what that does is creates 2 curls, a man going to the basket, and a guy spacing where if all else fails, you can get a wide open 18 to 20-foot jump shot at the rim in less than 9 seconds, right? Mm-hmm. That's the most basic. That's the first play you learn, because most of the times when you do that in a game-ending situation, you don't have a bunch of time, right? They could have ran. Listen, Golden State ran picket fence against Toronto in the NBA Finals, and it warmed my heart. I saw them run picket fence. I was like, look at Steve Kerr. Look at Steve Kerr going back to the old school. And the second thing, what we could have done is this. When tell Frank, listen, if you get beat, foul him. Period. If he beats you, foul him and hurry up. Because what happens is Frank fouls him, it stops the clock, right? With more time on the clock. It sends Trae Young to the free throw line to hit 2 free throws, right?
Pressure pack free throws.
Right. If we're fortunate, he misses both, right? If they have bad luck, he makes one, misses one. If he makes both, oh well, you know what I'm saying? Oh well, or whatever, you know what I'm saying? But the pressure is on Trae Young with the game winding down to hit 2 free throws. But what it also does is, if he misses both, it's a tie game regardless what you do at the other end. If he makes one, right? But if he makes one and misses one, you can win the game on the other end with about 4 seconds left on the shot on the clock.
No, I disagree with that. I disagree.
But
Here's
listen,
why.
these are your options now. These are your options, right? Because but here's the thing. Here's the thing. Trae Young didn't get fouled. He made the shot.
Mm-hmm.
We went down on the other end with 0.9 and we didn't get a shot off.
Pretty much, yeah.
I disagree because here's why. We were tied. If we were up 3, I would do that in that scenario.
Mm-hmm.
I would not do it because here's the thing. He's running to the basket
right
for a clutch shot. Mm-hmm. I will take my chances on the shot than to foul. Because what if he gets an and one? Game is over.
Right.
Pretty much.
Yeah, game is over. If he gets an and one, he throws the shot up. That's a 3-point play. So I wouldn't do that. I would take the odds of him missing the shot or somebody helping me.
Right.
And something. But again, you can't be in that situation if you did everything right the time before.
Right.
So
but
I hear what you're saying, but for me, and plus he's like a 90%. He's a 90%.
Yeah, he's a very good free throw shooter. Very good.
Come on.
Right. So if it was another guy who was maybe 60% handling the ball, I would have fouled him in that amount of time. In 30-something seconds, you're telling me you're going to put – I'd rather put the game in the hands of a person who shoots 60% from the line versus Trae Young making a play or going to the line to shoot 2 free throws. Because, like you just said, he's a 90% free throw shooter, so he's going to hit it. But if you feel that, like, he could possibly make it, you do foul and play the foul game to give yourself some time to execute a play. That could be a game-tying basket or a game-winning basket.
Or a game-winning basket.
Because that last play was absolutely dumb. Julius Randle should have been taking the ball out.
Both. Both. But no lie. But listen, both the defensive play on Trey Burke was dumb. Right. And the offensive play we ran on the other end to tie the game or win it was dumb. Right? So first of all, hey Chuck, I ain't gonna lie to you. And CP knows CP is a big, so he knows automatically what I'm about to say. Hey, with 0.9 seconds left in the game, all the bigs are off the floor. What do you need a big for?
That's right. Fact.
All the bigs are off the floor. You don't need bigs on the floor.
Yeah.
And in that moment, you need shooters, right? You need guys that can make jump shots. Yep. That's the first mistake that Tibbs made, right? The second mistake is they drew up a play. They got Julius Randle coming to the ball where he had to make a move.
The turn around.
Right. And he's a power freaking forward.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? All he had to do was run picket fence.
Right.
Picket fence is the first play you learn to organize ball.
I ain't gonna lie, man. We needed yo, Kev, did you get fired?
Yo, that shirt looked terrible, Cornerstone Kev.
That's a good shirt. I love that shirt.
You guys are matching, yo. You guys look like you wearing the Kanye wear.
Yeah, the energy was wiped out for me yesterday, man. I'm coming down with a bad cold and everything. So
take some medicine, man, and take some rest.
Yeah, I did, man. That's all I'm doing. That's all.
And fluids too. Don't forget fluids.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Are you sure you missed your true calling? Because you couldn't, other than a big sports guru, you could have been a doctor too, man.
yeah.
Dr. G Money.
Yo, Cyborg is smart, man.
Yeah. You guys are smart.
Yo, Duke was good.
Salute, Duke.
Hadouken.
Yo, hey, so Duke, I'm just about to, because Sinmiz is killing me in the chat about Frank, and I swear I'm about to start bashing Frank, bro. Sinmiz is killing me about Frank, man.
I just came on, man. I ain't saying a word.
I can't blame Frank for that last play. I don't blame Frank too much.
Not at all.
I can't.
It's really more Tibbs.
That was on Tibbs, man. That was on Tibbs.
Exactly. Frank was cold. How is Frank going to stop a guy in Trae Young who's going to the basket and he's been killing us on drives and layups all game? It's like once I saw that play, I knew the Hawks were going to score. What do you guys thought?
I kind of what I thought they were going to do is zone up. I thought they were going to zone, not double, because Taj Gibson was
you want to be careful with zone. The Hawks can shoot. You don't want to be careful with zone.
Well, no, but here's the thing, though. Here's the thing. We were looking at time and score. If it was like the third quarter and they just needed a basket, I wouldn't zone up. But when you talk about 9 seconds left on the clock and you got to pass the basketball and find the open man, the clock is steady ticking. You know what I'm saying? So the pressure is on guys to find a guy, execute the pass, catch the ball, and get up a good shot with 9 seconds left. And the clock started as soon as Trae Young got the ball from across half court.
Yep.
So what I thought they were going to do is zone up like Frank up top and 4 across.
Right.
I'll give you something though, and shout out to Sim Russell last night, where he showed like what the Knicks should have done is with the defense that they had against Damian Lillard, where you had Mitch. Well,
that was Rivers, yeah.
Rivers, right? Yeah. Meet him at the mid court and give him a wall, so he had to pass that ball. And he got out of his hand.
Double team the guy or get it out of his head. Let someone else beat you because let someone else beat you. Let
it out of his hand.
Down now hit a crazy shot on you. Let Hunter hit a game winner. Let do that. Don't let Trae Young, who's the hottest player on the court, kill us with this floater game.
Exactly.
And he can hit from 35 feet.
Pretty much.
Exactly. And Freeze, the other thing is when you look at like your Tony Allens and your Iguodalas, they don't get like just 9 seconds just to to make a defensive stop. They get like a period of minutes, to get warm and everything. So yeah, that was bad on Tips. Are
we comparing Frank Ntilikina to elite athletes?
He's elite. I think he's an elite defender. He's definitely elite.
Freeze, you are truly Darth Sidious.
Are you trolling me this morning?
You are truly Darth Sidious.
No,
you are truly Darth Sidious.
Kev,
Tim has been jabbing me in the chat.
Kev,
yeah,
you only get offended if it's the truth.
If it's true, yeah.
You don't get offended if it's not thing. Look, I get killed every day, every single day. You know what? I don't care unless it's the truth.
Right. So let me ask you this, CP. Do you think Tibbs now sees the light that Elf can't start?
I don't know anymore.
I don't know anymore, man.
Mark Berman asked him about that yesterday.
He is burning that. Did you see the back post?
He's starting Elf. I can see it come. He's not gonna stop starting Elf.
Tibbs, I don't think so, bro.
He's not gonna stop.
He had what? 72 games, man.
What's up, AD?
72 games. This dude does not like change. He doesn't like change, man.
You know that.
I think,
he's stubborn.
He's stubborn. Yeah, man. Old people don't change. Look at Freezy. I'm sure he hasn't changed in the last 12 years.
Well, he shaved his beard. He shaved his mustache.
Yeah, and I look like a baby boy.
I don't change.
What you trying to say? Freezy still buying 3-in-a-pack Fruit of the Looms from 1989?
Do they still make that? Oh my God!
So what's wrong with 3-in-a-pack? I know you still Jamaican. I know you still drinking Appleton rum. You know what I'm saying?
Look, last time I went away to Jamaica when they didn't have any Appleton rum, I pitched a hissy fit. Get it together.
Wow. Let's get our lives together, CP dog. Come on. What are we doing? Even I'm on that one, bro. Mm-hmm. Even I'm on that one. But
who you first of Elf? Who you starting stuff, Alfred? Quigley, Rowe, or
I don't know. Well, here's the other thing.
Gotta start quickly.
How about quickly? How would you feel about quickly sticking Trae? I mean, they're both like kind of the same height. No, not yet.
No,
Quickly is a trash defender. Let's keep it real.
He's not a great ball. No, Trey would eat him alive though.
Well, he has time. He's only a rookie, so I think he has
Here's
time.
the thing. Everybody's talking about let's bench this guy. Let's do this guy. How about Phibbs? He takes Peyton. He says, "Yo, I gotta talk to you, right?" In a dark, dusty, stinky locker room. He closes the door and locks it, and says, "Yo, you need to get your you know what together, right? Or this will be not only your last game as a Knick, this could be your last game in the league." How you gonna do your You know what I'm saying? You gotta get them real talks, right? You gotta get them real talks. A quick story, right? I had gotten to this little, I don't know, between this love triangle thing, whatever, and with one of my bosses, in the hood. I was in this lounge, this dude was real gangster, and he had these women, and I was messing with homegirl, and I knew her, and he felt I knew about the schemes that was, trying to trap him. One day he said, "Come here." He took me in the girls' bathroom, right? Locked the door and had me trapped. Talk about fear for my life, and it was life-changing. That's what Phibbs got to do with Alfred Payton. He got to take him in that room and tell him and give him the business. Because here's the thing. I understand what everybody's saying, right? I don't like the guy, how he plays either, right? But that's a part of culture. You know what I'm saying? Because, like I said, picking your poison. Derrick Rose, he'll give you 25, 27 strong minutes, but in the intensity of the playoffs,
and he can still play some defense.
Huh?
Rose could play some defense.
He could play some, right? But my thing is like this: how is that second unit that's been getting us these runs? Who's going to be that guy?
That is a good point, man. That is a good point.
But it's twofold, right? So in case y'all hadn't noticed, when Rose is on the floor, Burks can't score, right? And when
feedback,
it's not me. Okay,
whoever that was. So when Rose is on the floor, Burks can't score, or doesn't score as effectively, right. And vice versa. Like what Burks doesn't give you anything when Rose is scoring, right? Because he's not a defender, rebounder. He don't bring toughness and all that stuff. He's just a scorer. He's a bucket, right? But the thing is, if you start Rose, you got to limit his minutes.
Yeah.
Right? That's the only thing. If you start Rose and have Quickly, Burks play as the backcourt on the second unit, you're going to get a whole lot of shooting, and everybody else on that unit, they ain't even going to touch the ball.
Right.
They ain't even gonna sniff it if you got Burks and Quickly together as you're scoring.
Right.
Nobody, your second unit three, which will probably be Kevin Knox. Your Obi ain't gonna touch it, and Taj ain't gonna touch it, bro. You know what I'm saying? But if D Rose is in the game with Randall, RJ, Bullock, and Nerlens Noel, Rose is not gonna touch it because Randall is the primary scorer. And RJ likes to get shots too. So instead of misappropriating resources, you have Quickly be the sacrificial lamb with a promise. He's a sacrificial lamb with a ribbon on him, right? So you start Quickly, and all Quickly does is initiate offense, get out the way. He's on the floor for spacing, while RJ and Julius Randle cook, right? And then on the second unit, you have Rose, Burks, Knox, Obi, and Taj. You can't play Frank on that second unit because what Frank would do to the second unit is the same thing that Elf does to the first unit, and that their offense is not consistently there.
It's not reliable.
Right. And then having a 4-on-5 on the second unit is worse than having a 4-on-5 on the first unit because you're already sacrificing the first unit by taking out a veteran guy, right?
Right.
So what you want to do is at least put another shooter on the floor. That way you can continue to have spacing. That way when teams double team Burks or D up Burks and rolls, you'll at least have a guy that can knock down open shots on the floor. Now, what Knox is going to give you on defense is nothing, right? But that second, but our second unit defense is not known for smothering teams. It's our first unit that's known for smothering teams, and the second unit is known for scoring.
Here's the thing, though. I hear your point, but Julius Randle is the point guard. Period. He averages the most assists by a zillion.
Right.
Where Julius goes, the offense goes. Point blank. Period. When we had Quickly in after Elfrid Payton's injury, it was the same thing.
Was it an injury?
Frank, okay, whatever.
Yeah.
Frank, whether it was Frank, D Rose, whoever was in the starting lineup as point guard, Julius Randle stuff. And here's the thing about D Rose, right? D Rose breaks down, goes to the basket. If he doesn't have that basket, he's gonna push the pace and get somebody open. Quickly doesn't do that. Period. Frank doesn't do that. Period. Right? We don't have that dynamic point guard, and Elfrid doesn't do that. Period either. This is why CP the Artist was right again. We should have made a trade during the trade deadline to solidify this team, so we wouldn't have these problems right now.
Yeah, but CP, what are you going to trade? What kind of trade did you want to see?
The players that you weren't using.
He's not wrong.
For Rondo or something.
Not
hold on.
First of all,
I mean, I agree with you. I just didn't know which players,
Knox and Frank, because we weren't going to use them anyway.
CP is right, but the thing is that I wanted to trade for someone too, but at the same time, it doesn't guarantee we go on that win streak and we make the playoffs either way. So I was like, when I thought about it after, I was happy because when you change one thing, like the whole thing can change, and we could have just been 25 and 27 how we were instead of going and then kept losing games and went below 500, but instead we won on a 9-game and we won 7 games above 500. So
right, because the chemistry was more
at this point.
Right, because the chemistry was more important than the acquisition. It seemed, but CP the Artist, I believe, is right in this situation that you had to at least look at.
You should have. Like we were talking about it like on a deadline, how we wanted us to do like some type of trade at least if we want to make a playoff push. But now when we look back at it, if we did get that, it would have been like a give and take because we wouldn't have known if we still guarantee a playoff spot.
Right. Hadouken. I number one, I don't know if you're going through puberty because your voice sounds deeper today. Number two.
Nah, I just woke up not that long ago. That's why.
Oh, okay. All right. You got your bedroom voice on. You don't know nothing about that. Anyway, so I think though we would have still had that winning streak because one reason. Something better than Elfrid Payton is something better than Elfrid Payton. We still had Elfrid Payton on the squad, and we still had that 9-game winning streak. So if you had somebody better than him, then we would have still won on that 9-game winning streak.
Let me see, Peter. I'll tell you who we probably should have gotten and could have got him for cheap. Terrence Ross. So we could have got Terrence Ross from the Orlando Magic.
I want him. Yes,
we could have got, and we probably could have gave Orlando that high second-round pick that we have right now.
Yeah,
Austin Rivers, and or Iggy Bresdakis, because we traded Austin Rivers and Bresdakis anyway.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? So we could have made any. It could have been Knox and Rivers. It could have been Knox and I'm not saying I'm not a proponent of trading Knox or Frank, but we could have traded Frank, or Knox or both or the second round pick or some kind of combination for somebody that would have been a contributor. And you know what else that would have helped us do? It would have helped us down the stretch when quickly Elfrid Payton, Rose, and Burks got hurt down the stretch. I'm not saying we would have caught the Milwaukee Bucks, but what I'm saying is we may have had a better record.
Better position.
Right. I doubt we would have caught Milwaukee, but we'd have at least won more games. And which, in the grand scheme of things, don't really mean anything now that we acquired the 4th seed. But if y'all remember the last week of the season, we were biting nails, bro.
It's true.
Hey, Jay Boogie has a great point. He said, "What was Terrence Ross going to do to help our point guard situation?"
That's a good point. He's not a point guard. He's a 3.
Right. He's a wingman, 2, 3. But what he does is that he gives you 2 things. He gives you the opportunity for guys that play the 2 to play the 1, right? Right, like Alec Burks could play more 1 down the stretch, right? As opposed to depending on Derrick Rose to play 38 minutes, right? And the other thing he gives you, which you can't buy no matter how many draft picks you have, he gives you the once in a while, occasional, explosive 30-point game.
So
right,
are you
like he can every 6 or 7 games or so he just explodes for 30 points.
So are you taking EP out of the starting lineup and put Burks in there? Is that what you're doing? Because if you get Terrence Ross, EP is still the point guard. If that was the situation we were talking about for point guard.
Right. So what I'm saying is this, right? So if you get Terrence Ross, can you play Derrick Rose at the point to start games? Sit Elfrid Payton on the bench? And then play a combination of quickly Terrence Ross and Alec Burks as your second unit. Would y'all be open to that?
I'm sorry. What'd you say?
I am.
What'd you say?
Start Derrick Rose.
Yeah.
Right. Limit his minutes at point. Derrick Rose, you're gonna play 28 minutes. I don't care. I don't care if you got the ball in your hands at the 28-minute mark. We're gonna get you out of the game. Right. And then the second unit, you have Ross, Burks, and Quickly as your 1, 2, 3 with Obi and Taj Gibson. Now I'm getting the jitters just thinking about a second unit where a team can't double team anybody. Right? You have 3 shooters from go. And I know Terrence Ross is the streakiest of streaky shooters. Terrence Ross makes J.R. Smith look like Mr. Consistent, right? And I understand that, right? Terrence Ross makes Lance Stevenson look like Mr. Consistent, right? but when it comes to the streakiness, on one end, Terrence Ross will go 2 for 9 against the Minnesota Timberwolves, and you're like, why did we trade for him? And then he'll go 14 for 19 against the Milwaukee Bucks. And y'all we'll be like, why did we trade for him sooner? You know what I'm saying? So it's one of those things where you gotta have the punch in your lineup. And instead of saying, I sure hope RJ show up this game, you could be like, yo, you know what? If RJ struggle a little bit, I'm sure Terrence Ross, can come in and contribute a little bit.
But I don't think we would be having this conversation if Austin Rivers panned out.
Yes.
If Austin Rivers would have panned out for this team.
He was balling last night.
Well, yeah.
Was he really? I don't get it.
If he knew how to pass the ball to Obi when he
Also,
was on the
Rivers
fast
did play
break,
well
I would
last
have been
night.
fine with him. But
Well,
he didn't know how to pass.
Well, last night, Michael Porter was hitting tough shots. The Joker was feasting on the Trailblazers in the paint.
Right.
And in the first half, Dame was hot, but second half they shut him down. The second half, and also just want to get a quick point. And Denver, their length is barred to Portland last night. So yeah, and Milwaukee clobbered Miami last night. So they're up to nothing. Just an update.
They're done. Well, I won't say they're done. I don't think they're done, but if they lose,
game
three, that's
it's over.
3-0. You're not beating Milwaukee 4 games straight. I'm sorry.
And the thing with Austin Rivers is, if he was a team player, he'd still be here. But he didn't play inside the team offense, nor did he play inside the team defense.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
I got an objection. Objection on the court. Objection on the court. Here's the thing, though. I think we had too much of a glut at that position for him to really get into what Thibs wanted and what the team wanted. Because I believe RJ plays his position, Quickly plays his position. I believe Alec Burke is a shooting guard. So you have 4 people, including him, right? That you have to divide 48 minutes with. I just didn't see it. He wasn't a good point guard. Couldn't put him at the point guard, and you couldn't put him at the small forward position. And also you had Frank too, who they wanted to make as an offense, right?
Right.
And his defense didn't match his offense, and he also struggled. So, and then this was also before we got rid of DSJ,
right?
And then so I'm thinking that Thibs was like, I got this guy. He's only getting paid $3 million a year. The upper management wants us to probably develop and see what we got with DSJ, Frank, and what do I got with this dude? And I got these guys, these veterans that I really love that play defense.
Right.
So, and I got RJ. So it was like and Bullock. Well, Bullock, he plays small forward, but he can play some too, I believe. Mm-hmm. So it was like, you can't find a rhythm. You can't find a space for this guy. So of course, I'm talking about Rivers. So of course, when he goes to another team where they don't have that much of a glut, he's gonna ball out.
Yeah, he does. He basically just like shoots and drives.
Yes, that's
like, he had
job.
9 points yesterday. Because that's not the. I mean, on the Clippers though, and the Rockets, he was playmaking a bit.
Sure,
I haven't seen it as much though in the last year and a half though. It kind of switched up into just mainly scoring.
He's been in the league for like 10 years. He's slowed down as a player.
He's getting older.
Yeah, he's getting older. So now he's like he's just a shooter now. You know what I mean? A scorer.
Yeah. But he excels in that thing, so he should. I mean, that he's gonna be on a team for that.
Hey, so Sinmia said, where is it? Sinmia said
that he's not Frank.
Yeah, the reason why. Yeah, here it is. Rivers wasn't Frank. That was his problem. Did y'all? Hey, Cornerstone Camp. Did you notice a lot of guards got traded this season, and none of them were named Frank Ntilikina?
Huh?
Rivers was good here. Just he was kind of up
walk
and
into it.
Rivers,
I'm not gonna touch it. But what I will say is that my man Evergreen said that Detroit wanted Frank, and we said no.
Orlando also wanted him.
Yeah, Orlando. Yeah.
Look, this even makes it even worse.
That's probably why Terrence Ross not here.
So time out. We couldn't package.
Where's my green lightsaber?
Hold on. We couldn't package Austin Rivers, Kevin Knox, and DSJ for a bona fide backup point guard.
I mean, we already gave
up.
We
could have had Derrick Rose and some.
I already gave up Dennis Smith for Rose. So.
Yeah.
Wait, who are you gonna get from Detroit though? What point guard?
Oh no! I didn't mean to. I meant in separate deals. In a separate deal with Austin Rivers and Knox, who we're not using.
Oh.
We could have gotten another point guard.
Yeah.
And sorry, my Frank Hive. Since Thibs wasn't playing Frank, I wanted to see him shine somewhere else. You could have gave up Frank, but you didn't.
Yeah, I had to say Frank for Knox. I just wanted him to get traded so he could just play.
Yeah. I want him to shine somewhere else.
So Knox is going to shine here next year. But what we could have done.
Shine shoes.
Yeah.
Shine shoes on 34th Street.
Yeah, shine my city shoes.
I like that, man. I like the shoes. You got spit shine.
Yeah, man. Yeah, man. So I like Terrence Ross to the Knicks because it gives you, like for instance, yesterday with 0.9 seconds left on the clock, and you put Bullock. You have to go Bullock. So you put Bullock, Burks, Ross, RJ, Rose, and or quickly, whatever five shooter rotation you put on the floor, and you throw that ball in. I think you get a good look and potentially one of the greatest moments in Madison Garden history.
Potentially, yeah.
I still think that we should have subbed out Noel for Obi. And then, I mean, that if I was Tibbs, I would have told Obi to go to the corner, and then when Berg started counting down to throw the lob, and then Obi rushes in. That could have been something we tried.
That could have been awesome.
Nerlens Noel is hurt. Nerlens Noel was hurt. That's the reason why he wasn't in to
Whoever
block.
was in the center, it was Taj.
Yeah, they shouldn't even had when you with 0.9 seconds left on the clock. You don't put bigs in the game.
Yeah, that's why
I need Noel to like beefing up, and I need my brother to like stop getting hurt because he's looking fragile out there more than.
Yeah,
and now Noel's
ego, man.
Too. I think Noel will play in game 2, but we're gonna need Noel in the playoffs. That's what I'm saying because we need
they
that.
Said he's fine. They said he's fine.
Okay, so he's gonna play in game 2. Okay.
So Donald Cannon says, "Thank you for the super chatter platter." In the immortal words of our homeboy City for real. Can someone answer why we having this conversation and we're the 4th seed in the playoff right now? Can we go into postseason to have this discussion? Okay. It is that John. I guess he's type of content that we were talking about, so I'm not for sure. What he's getting at.
It was just something we went off to when we were talking about point guards. That's why.
Right, and the reason why this was even brought up is because of the personnel that was on the floor in the last 0.9 seconds of the game. Right. So I understand where Donald Cannon coming from, but bruh. You got to look at this thing for what do you want us to do? Talk about Elfrid Payton? Why wasn't Elfrid Payton in the game? Why wasn't Elfrid Payton in the game?
Elfrid Payton doesn't play with energy. Elfrid Payton doesn't play with energy. He doesn't show passion. That's what I'm saying.
I mean, and the main reason that I think that we should start someone else is only if like EP has been a problem all season, but it's also like if Tibbs is just gonna pull him out in like 2-3 minutes, you might as well start someone else. Like there's just no point if you think about it. Like you're putting someone in for 3 minutes, and they're just not playing well, and then you put someone else in. So might as well start that player that you pull in.
Yeah, instead of procrastinating,
just wasting time and hoping that they do good.
Yeah, and you know what we call it? We call it grandfathered in. When somebody that was here before. You make the exception for them just because you don't want to disrupt the apple cart. Elfrid Payton is just grandfathered into the starting lineup. You know what I'm saying? And Mark Berman asked Tibbs yesterday about Elfrid Payton starting, and he's like,
he gave a different response. That's what they were saying. Like it sounded a lot more different than how he usually answers. That's why I'm not gonna get my hopes up, but it could be a possibility. I just hope that whoever does start just focus on the game and is like his head is actually in the game,
right?
And intense with the crowd and everything. Get everyone hype and play the way they need to play.
Right.
Don't play out of their game.
Well, speaking of hype, Obi had that vicious baseline monster mash to pull within 4. That was beautiful, and also hit a top of the key 3 to pull within 1. And even Quigley had his moments in the second quarter where he hit a Steph Curry type long range bomb, and when Spike Lee was going crazy, that was fun. That was fun.
And Jima, let me ask you this: Did the rookies look shook to you?
Nope, the rookies look fine to me. They look ready to play. They didn't look shook to me. Right. And here's what I thought. And again, I watched the whole game on TNT. I thought TNT did a good job showing the whole garden.
Their angles weren't good though.
What
plays? Because I was watching on TNT. I had it on my PC, and I usually watch MSG on my phone because it's like delayed on the computer.
I thought the angle
But the
was good.
angles were weird for some of the plays. It wasn't like good angles compared to MSG.
I mean, I hear you, but I thought the angles were pretty good. And I thought the commentary with Sparrow Ditas and Greg Anthony, I thought did a good job. So that's what I thought. But what really kicked our butt in that game was really just, in my opinion, dribble penetration defense. I know Trae Young and Lou Will could drive to the basket. We all know that. But there was times that we weren't stopping the ball. They were going to the basket at will, and thus why we're in this situation.
A lot was on Noel because I was rewatching it, and the way Noel was playing, he wasn't
His pick and
stepping
roll
up
D was
at all
bad.
on those layups and those floaters.
It was bad
Like
though.
he knew it was gonna happen, but
Yeah.
he just didn't want to risk getting a foul or something. I don't know. He
No,
got to be better on that.
And we gotta be
so Duke,
physical.
I'm gonna disagree with you a little teeny tiny bit, right? Because I thought the pick and roll defense was designed to let them have that and not let the big man catch lobs,
Capella.
and so that our weak side and strong side defense can scramble to the corners from three. Because we let our guard down one time, and Bogdanovich nailed the three in the corner. You're like, oh my God.
Once he hit that, like, oh, here we go again. Once he hit
and it's because the dribble penetration leads to the 3-point shot.
Mm-hmm.
So Tibbs, and it looks like they schemed for it. And if I'm wrong, y'all correct me, but it looks like they schemed to stop John Collins, Clint Capella, and Trae Young from forming the Voltron attack, which usually does teams in. And they're like, well, if Trae Young is going to kill us, Trae Young is going to kill us by shooting these long 2-pointers.
And he killed us with floaters.
That's the thing.
And
like,
bench us.
Trae Young, under Nate McMillan, Trae Young has stopped shooting as many threes. That's why
I agree. Trae Young looked like Tony Parker out there. That's what I can say. Trae Young looked like Tony Parker out there.
He plays more with the floaters, and I mean, he started. He's always been a good playmaker, but he's been going more into the paint and using those floaters. That's why, like every single time I see him get a floater, it's like money. Like I remember, I don't know if it was this year or last year, but he had like an open floater and went in and out every single time I see him go, like for game, but he missed it and we went into OT and won. I think that was last year, but he has that floater, and just the way we are, we gotta try and defend that. Like we did really good against John Collins because John Collins had 12 in the first half and he didn't score at all the rest of the
we contained him a little bit. I thought we contained
Capella didn't even kill us.
Right. We did a good job not letting Capella get lobs and stuff.
Right. That was by design. That's what I'm saying. And so we were pasting to the bigs and then letting our defender trail Trae Young and force him to shoot those shots over length. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's what makes this loss worse for me because Capella didn't kill us, John Collins didn't kill us. We didn't really like get killed by anyone we should have been killed by.
Or the corner three. Because what happened is people that y'all didn't notice that Tibbs made the adjustment. You remember the Phoenix Suns game when we were getting killed in the middle, and then when we started doubling the middle, we got the corner three started killing us because and listen. And on tape, when you see RJ Barrett scrambling out to a 3-point shooter at the 3-point line, on tape, we're like,
it's his fault.
Yeah, when it's not.
It's how the defense works. I've explained this so many times because it's a risk. The way Tibbs plays is that especially it's mainly RJ's man because you see how RJ stays in the paint. He has a foot in the paint and he keeps taking it out, looking at the paint, and then keeps looking at the 3-point line too. So it's like he plays a help for help. And he plays to risk that corner three. And versus the Suns, it was just not working at all. So I don't know why they didn't adjust at that point. But in that,
Jay Boogie was sitting right there, and y'all been just like talking. You've been sitting there for 15 minutes, and y'all just been talking.
Whoopsie, salute Jay Boogie.
Salute. I just be respectful, man. When I come on anybody's show, I don't enter until I'm pulled in. I just don't do that. I can come in and listen.
Sometimes you gotta put your sometimes you gotta put the Timberlands on people's house, man. You know what I'm saying?
I ain't gotta do that, man. I leave that for other people, man. I gotta continue on being respectful, man.
No, I got hype, but I'm gonna keep that between me and you. But I got hype, man. If you know what I mean.
Right. I appreciate it, man. Now I just came in. Salute to y'all guys, man. I just came in,
What's
you know
good,
what I'm saying? Share with y'all a little bit. One thing is, I do agree we need to make changes. And just listening to y'all talk about the minutes restriction with Rose or whatever. Before I even go there, first thing first, let me say this. I appreciate the respect that the office and the coaching staff have, because this is the type of situation where it's before the office might have went down to the bench and said, "Yo, put Rose in that game. I don't care what you got going on."
Mm-hmm.
That has not happened. So I respect the situation. They're allowing Tom to coach and do what he has to do with this team. Now, as far as minutes on D Rose, ain't no minutes restriction as far as whether he's starting or if he's closing. The man came in the game with I think 7 minutes and 46 seconds into the first, played the whole entire first half, then came in and did pretty much the same thing in the second half and went out with like 5 minutes, maybe 4 minutes left in the game, set for 2 minutes, then came back in. That's 30 minutes. So it's like he can, to me, in basketball, it's 48 minutes to a game. But the most important parts of the 48 is 24. That's when you open the first, you close the half, open the third, and close the game. You know what I'm saying? To me, I need Rose on that floor for those exact 24 minutes for sure, to open and get his jump and started off. You know what I'm saying? In the middle, he can be sub and then close, open the third because he's already warming up on a halftime, and then close the game. You know what I'm saying? That's where I look at as far as Rose. Not getting nothing out of this running back, man. We're not getting nothing out of him. I ain't trying to figure out how to stay in the game with him, figure out how they should try to motivate him to get going. Dude, if you ain't motivated by us being in the playoffs all these years and you on the roster for what, 2 years now, and you ain't motivated to do that, you in the way completely. You know what I'm saying? And to our young guys, yeah, they ain't getting enough credit. To Quickly, to Obi, you know what I'm saying? And even Birch. Them 3 guys is not scared of the moment. And they showed us they are not scared of Madison Square Garden being jam-packed and the bright lights of the city is on. They showed that. And I love that right there, because that means we got 2 bona fide young dudes for years and years to come, and we need to give Berkeley that money. Stop playing with that dude, man, and make sure we bring him back, because I would probably be highly upset that man don't come back. And then what was wrong with doing the hack and shack on their big man? He's standing on the court. The man shoots 63% from field at the free throw line. You know what that means? In Madison Square Garden, the way we was lit, he's shooting 50%, and the pressure's on. So them times we came out, and they was down by 3, and they wound up running a play and shooting a tray and knocking down. We should have went hack and shack and fouled that man. The man is just out there to get rebounds and set high picks. Man, Tom got to use all types of ways and angles to try to figure out this game, and he cannot miss on no coaching points at all, man. But I agree with Freezy. I look for the house to blow the top off tomorrow. I look for us to blow them out the building completely.
Right.
Yeah, and can I say I actually agree with you in the sense for that Derrick Rose thing. The reason why is because he played 37 minutes. He shouldn't be playing 37, but I kind of would let that slide just because we had 3 days off for this game. So this one I'm kind of fine with. Like, I want him to play like 30. Like, I don't want him to play 37, but that's just because our starting point guard didn't put his mind onto the game, so it put more pressure on D Rose to do more.
Neither did our starting power forward.
Yeah, our starting power forward.
Come on now.
Yeah, but I'm saying that's why the
last week I was I was getting killed for saying no. Oh, I had to wipe Freezy's tears, and I had to wipe Cornerstone Kev's tears. Oh, why Julius Randle isn't in the conversation for MVP? Oh, why is he in the conversation? Oh, why? Because of this reason. If he's our MVP, then he need to play like an MVP. Point blank, period.
Okay. I think, let me say this real
CP,
quick.
your cam is frozen, by the way.
Yeah, CP cam is frozen, yeah.
Because I was hyped.
if Tibbs continues to start Elk, I think that Alec Burks should also be in the starting lineup because everyone that's in the starting lineup, with the exception of Julius Randle, can't create their own shot consistently. RJ can get to his spots, but you don't necessarily want him doing a whole lot of dribbling out the clock, so to speak.
Right.
Alec Burks, Quickly, and Rose. The reason that second unit is so potent, all three of those guys can get their own shot. They're not standing around in the corner, sitting, waiting for the ball to come to them.
Especially Quickly.
Right.
He's super confident for a young guy.
Quickly said in an interview that he didn't get a chance to play in the NCAA tournament. So he was going to take his shot here in the playoff. Like he's ready for it, and he showed that in the first game. Like he's not afraid of anything. He got ice water in his veins.
Yo, let me say something real quick. Man, y'all wishing me happy birthday. It ain't my birthday, bro.
Oh wow.
Someone in the chat was saying it was.
Yo, you see how rumors start, yo?
It's got trolled.
Yeah, man. Yeah, it ain't my birthday. It ain't even close, bro. My birthday was in January. Orlando Hudson came on the show for my birthday.
Someone said it in the chat, and then
it just
said it, and I'm like, damn, I didn't hear anything about it.
Yeah,
like, damn, I thought I would have heard about it.
Yeah, nah, man. But anyway, I gotta wrap up here, man, and get out here to do some stuff. Hey, Todd Bobby, I'm waiting on your response, baby. I'm looking forward to hearing from you. But thank you for everybody that came through in the video chat. Yo, Duke, G Monies, man, we gotta have these talks in the off season, bro. These talks we're gonna have in the off season are gonna be fire, bro. I'm telling you. So some of this stuff we gotta wait. You know what I'm saying? Out of respect for the Knicks. But what I'm gonna say is this though. Tomorrow night in the Garden, it's gonna be crazy.
They better be wild, like a lot more wild.
15,000 people had to wait 3 days after losing the heartbreaker. And I ain't gonna lie to you, that shot that went in by Trae Young snatched my heart out.
Yeah, mine too.
But guess what it did though? It fired me all the way up. All the way. You thought I was hyped for game 1? Game 2, I'm going bananas, bro. And we'll be in Atlanta, Georgia for game 4 at State Farm Arena, Suite 2, 1 o'clock, to turn State Farm Arena into baby MSG. It's going to be crazy.
Yeah, we're not losing game 2. We're not losing game 2.
No, we ain't losing game 2.
There's no possibility that, and no chance we should even lose that game.
Yeah.
There's no way.
No, there's no way. But anyway, I got to rock. Hey, Jay Boogie, man, thank you for coming through, man. I appreciate you, brother.
No doubt, man. No doubt, man. Love is love, man. I need to be amongst my brother. Quick question for Duke. Do you got a channel, a station? What's wrong with the youngest Nick in charge? I just gave it to you.
Man.
So we got to win game 2.
I don't.
We just got. I think we'll win game 2. I think game 2. I have a feeling we may blow out the Hawks. I have a weird feeling we may blow out the Hawks because usually when a team loses the first game, they come out, firing out of a cannon like you saw with Denver last night. So I expect us to come out here, put some ball pressure on Trae Young, and I expect us to really kick some butt. In my opinion, this is just what I believe. If we win game 2, salute Ron. If we win game 2, I believe we'll win in 7. If we lose game 2, I believe we'll lose the series. That's just me.
I still got us in 6, so I'm chilling.
Yeah, we got to go old school basketball real quick for Freezy. Go ahead and pull the doors up. Some of y'all don't know. Y'all not old enough to know, but back in the days, the first round was 2 out of 3. Then it went 3 out of 5. Then it went 4 out of 7. It went like that. So right now, being the 6 games left in the series, we need to chop both of those 6 games in half and become the best 2 out of 3. Starting tomorrow night, we need to win 2 out of the next 3.
You meant Wednesday night. Oh, today's Tuesday. Tomorrow night. Right.
Starting tomorrow night, we need to win one of the game. Win our game at home, and then travel to the A-Town and do the Stomp. Win those 2 games, and then come back home with Game 5. Start all over the best 2 out of 3 situations. You know what I'm saying? And that's what we need, man.
I completely agree with you. After today, after tomorrow's game, we should never let them get the lead in the series again. It should either be tied or we're up. That's
right.
it.
So, Duke, real quick before I get out of here, I'm gonna tell you some stuff that I saw. I saw a team hit shots that they normally wouldn't hit in a series, in a situation that they've never been in before, and the look in their eyes was of such relief. They didn't believe they could beat the Knicks Sunday, and you could see it. They were going through it.
That shot was the one that ruined it.
Yeah.
Like RJ had the ball. That's the possession that made me mad the most, because RJ had the ball like with one hand, but Bogey got it when he was running out of bounds, and he made such a tough 3.
That was
it. Always happens to us. Those tough shots.
If RJ gets that steal and we execute, we probably are up 1-0 right now. So yeah.
Right. Yeah. And then here's the kicker. Bogdanovich didn't know that he was gonna make that shot. He's a Sacramento Kings transplant. He don't know what the playoffs feel like.
That's true.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? So we want to give these guys credit, but I'm gonna give them credit for being survivors in the moment.
Yep.
But it's just like the antelope that got away from the lions. Hey, bro, you got away now, but the lions are still on your tail, and the lions are hungry. You know what I'm saying? Because the Hawks think they hungry, right? The antelopes are like, man, I gotta find me some grass to eat. But the lions, but the lions are like, we need to find us some antelopes to eat. You know what I'm saying? That's us. And I know that sounds crazy, but I got to get out of here, y'all. Thank y'all for coming through, man.
Right.
Knicks want to drive tomorrow. Hey, no KMD Friday morning, because I'll be on the road to Atlanta with my Knicks flags on the car, blowing the horn for 4 straight hours all the way to Atlanta. You know what I'm saying? With my Knicks flags, blowing the horn all the way to Atlanta. And then when we win these 2 games in the A, I will be driving back with my Knicks flags, blowing my horn 4 hours all the way home. So anyway, thank y'all for coming through, man.
Make sure you come 95. Make sure you come 95 all the way down. You know what I'm saying? Pass through Carolina, all South Carolina, all that, and don't go 20. Don't go 85.
Bro, I live in South Carolina. Who?
Oh, my bad, Pawn Self. I'm like, man. I keep putting you up there in Jersey, man. My bad, 'cause that's where your heart is, man. You know what I'm saying? I know you're a Jersey guy.
Hey,
you know, Brick City. And I saw you in that car stealing movie too, man. I saw you in that movie too, man. What's shaking with bacon? Salute, y'all.
All right, y'all. I'm gonna get out of here, man. Peace, everybody.
Peace.
All right.